Hi, welcome to another ClearCalcs video tutorial. My name is Liam, and today we'll be going over how to design a connector in the Wood Connectors template. The template is still in its beta as previously mentioned in the overview video, so we're always looking for more feedback. Let's get started. An important thing to note is that because this template is based on the Simpson Strong Tie Connectors catalog, we can use it as a reference when designing our connector, and this can be downloaded for free off their website. To start, let's select the joist we want to design for. Say we want a 6x8 SPF, select structural member, so select that right here. And you can see here that the joist depth and the width of updated is currently failing simply because the default connector is not compatible, having a 2x4 member versus a 6x8 member here. We'll update the supporting member properties. Say the joist is connected to a relatively large member, 4x16 member. So we'll put here a 3.5 by 15.5 inch supporting member. Important thing to note is that the allowable loads in general are based off of the species of the wood supporting member. If we select the Douglas fir, you'll see that the values here slightly increase, but we'll stick with an SPF for now as the example. Next, we'll want to go to our applied loads. Let's specify and keep it here as a 200-pound dead load, 500 live load, and we'll add an uplift about negative 130 pounds. You can see here, and you click the drop down, that you can see the ASD load combinations here, as well as the governing loads for what we're applying to our connector. Next, let's select our actual connector. When you open up the select option, you'll see that there are a lot of X's here, and that's simply because the connector is incompatible. So to narrow things down, let's specify our nominal joist size, and you can already see that there's very few options here. We'll choose which connector to use. Let's go with an HU68 by an HUC68 here. Excuse me, an HU68 as well as an HUC68. You'll see here that the allowable loads have updated, and based on the capacity, you can see that the connector is sufficient. It's important to note that these loads, allowable loads, are based off the catalog. You can see here that we have a 1280-pound vertical floor load, 1450-pound for vertical snow and rain loads, and 1550 for vertical roof loads. If we go to the connector catalog with a quick Control F search, you can see here that a HUC68 has these allowable loads as shown here. So 1280, 1445, 1550, and 7070 as shown here. Now the vertical dead load here is simply a 0.9 factor applied to the vertical floor load here, and that has been displayed as well. A really cool feature that in this calculator is that it can connect to a wood beam design calculator as previously designed. So we can see here that this calculator is also a 6x8 SPF select structural. The loads are different here, but we'll simply connect it to the we'll link it to the connector calculator just as an example. So you can go back to the wood connector calculator, select the link, select the beam, and there you have it. So the joist, the depth and the width of the joist have not updated simply because it's the same member. You can see here that the loads have now changed. Now based on the loads applied on the beam, in the beam calculator, the connector is now not suitable, so you'd have to either change the connector or change the beam. An important thing to note is that once you link a member from an existing beam calculator, the manual selection within the wood connector calculator disappears. So if you need to change anything, you'll have to go back into the beam calculator, adjust the size, adjust the loads as necessary. In this case, the applied loads here actually do affect the strength load combinations here. So we can set that to, for example, setting it and deleting it, just so we can keep it consistent with what we have in our beam. You can see here that the values have updated as desired. And that's it. That's how you design a connector, and thank you so much for watching.